Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Seamus White, and for once, it is not early. In today's adventure, I'll be going over how I prepare for my long run, what it looks like, and the events leading up to it. Now, I just got off of work, so before we begin, let's change it to something a little more comfortable here, so... Much better. Now, regardless of the day and whatever events occurred, no matter what, first thing I do when I get back to my place is start cooking dinner. So... Gotta wait for the oven to pop up to 375 now. I'm going with salmon tonight because I had a fairly decent workout this morning and want to go into it as fresh as I possibly can, but it's never too early to start recovering from a tough workout. Even though it's a fishy dinner, there's nothing fishy about wanting to be at your best. I know that's an oddly specific time there, but I promise you, I've done this enough to know I know what I'm doing. Unfortunately, all I can do now is just wait until the timer's up.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
It's almost time. Oh, here we go. Let's eat. Well, that was good, but it tasted a little fishy. All jokes aside, I do love a good salmon. Even if I didn't have a long run in 2 days, I'd probably still find a way to inquire that in my diet. I just looked this up too, so don't quote me on it, but for every 1 ounce of salmon, there's about 6 grams of protein. Not bad. With it being Thursday and all though, I do plan to wake up early and run tomorrow. Just a nice and easy run before heading off to work. I don't have much else to say here, but because it has been a bit of a week for me, I think I'm gonna head to bed a little early here tonight. Before I head off to bed though, I think I'm gonna get into something a little more comfortable once again, so here we go. Much better. I'll see you in the morning.
The next day.
Good morning. It is early. Let's get ready for the run though. Let's go. As you can see, it was fairly dark outside when I did this run. I opt to do my weekday runs before work at these hours for 2 main reasons. First of which, that this works into my schedule best, and it's when I'm most motivated. I don't know what I'll experience in a day at the office, and because of that, I want to give myself the best opportunity I can to make it a great one without accumulating any stress in a day that may slow me down or hold me up from getting out and after it. I don't run with headphones either, so when I'm out and about in the morning, it's just me and my thoughts to keep me company the entire way. Probably not the norm for most, but when I'm taking it easy on the weekday runs like these, it's fun to let my thoughts wander as I get ready for each day.
Wait, 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 wait.
The second reason I do my runs as early as I do on the weekdays is because I like to start my day by accomplishing something difficult. Running any amount of miles is not always an easy task, and going at it this early definitely adds to the challenge of it. By doing this, I definitely feel great about myself right from the start of the day, and can go about it knowing that whatever happens, I at least got to go for a run. While it's not always a glorious time, and I barely see more than a few people each time, something about getting it done puts me at ease for the day. Now, I'm not trying to sell you on this whole notion of waking up at early dark hours, but it's definitely a game changer. I've had great success with this timing and feel like I have time at the end of each day to relax about it guilt-free. Overall, it's good physically, mentally, and psychologically, and the roads are pretty clear just about the entire way. The morning really is a beautiful time of the day, but it's just at a really inconvenient time, unfortunately. Not bad. Well, all the morning's work. Gonna go in and get some fuel and whatnot for the day. In addition to the tracking that Strava and Garmin have, I keep record of my runs on a spreadsheet too. This is where my run data ended up for the month of February with the recent addition of this run. I won't explain what's going on here, but I think you get the idea. It was a good breakfast. Another day, another egg sandwich, but it's almost time to go to work, so let's get ready. Well, time to go. I'm not gonna film my day at work, but I'll catch you guys later.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Well, that may have only seemed like a short bit of time for you, but for me it's been about 9.5 hours, so. Being that I am doing a long run tomorrow, one thing that's almost a requirement for running anywhere from 16 to 20 miles, or even further for that, is a gel pack or two along the way. And unfortunately for me, I don't have any right now, so I will need to be going to the running store to get some. So let's go get some. Glad I was able to get those before the store closed, but now it's time for the fun part here. We get to eat dinner.
Fifteen minutes later.
Ninja. Let's eat. Once again, I'm eating another meal. Nothing special, nothing crazy. Just pizza. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Well, that was a good meal. Part of what I like to do the day before my long run is really just take the night super easy, kind of put the nerves at ease, have a little fun, and just straight up relax. What do I do to put the nerves at ease? Well, that's simple. I've been up since 4:10 this morning. I think I should probably go to bed so I can be well prepared for the long run tomorrow too. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I was always told to dream big, and my father always said, give it 110%. So why not dream 110%? You're probably wondering, what does dream 110% mean? Well, we'll just use a bigger pillow. Whatever will I do about my pillow? And, that's not gonna cut it for a big enough pillow. Now that's a bigger pillow. I think I'm ready to dream big for tomorrow's run. As always though, before I head off to bed, I'm gonna get into something just a tad more comfy, so much better. Good night.
The next day.
Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, long run day. And, I'm gonna drive over to Oregon to do the run. I have a little place in mind that I've been doing a couple runs at in the past, and I think it'll work out nicely for what I'm looking to accomplish today. I haven't really talked about it in great detail yet, but the first 10 are a easy pace warm-up type of deal. After that, we're gonna go into 3 hard miles, take a half-mile rest, do 2 miles fairly hard, do another half-mile rest, and then end it out with a mile hard followed by a 3-mile cool down. Altogether, that'll get 20 miles for the day, and oh boy. Without further ado, let's get ready. And that'd be absolutely psychotic if I didn't eat anything before I ran this, so you know the drill. It hits every time. My hands get so sticky from that. Those dang bees. I really hope there's like a internet version for bees or insects that can see this and maybe make a less sticky product. Food for thought. Looks aside, I think it's time to put on the shoes and start heading out the door. Whenever I make the drive from Washington to Oregon over the Columbia River, I always get a good laugh out of the welcome sign when going there. Oregon seems so welcoming, while Washington wasn't even aware you were gone when returning. How inviting. Before any run of any distance, I do these 3 stretches and hit the main parts of my legs. Calves, quads, and hamstrings. There are more complicated stretches and drills out there, but I like to keep it simple with mine before I get going. What you're seeing here is the early stage of the workout, the first 10 miles, the warm-up of the madness to come. Unfortunately, I do not have footage of the fast parts because I really just wanted to lock in for the workout and run my hardest at it. However, I do have footage of this first lap here, which is what is shown. While this is a mostly flat loop, there were some heavy winds gusting at about 15 miles per hour for this workout. In spite of that, I did keep the first 10 miles fairly consistent. Of the first 10, my slowest was a 6:41 mile, my fastest was 6:28. With an average pace of about 6:34.3 or roughly 9.1 miles per hour. Shortly after 7 miles into this run, I took my first gel packet, the strawberry flavor. I wanted to give it a few miles to digest before I started to kick in for the faster parts of the workout, which started right after the 10th mile. The first fast part came in miles 11, 12, and 13. I clocked these miles in at a 4:58, 4:59, and closed off with a 5:38, battling against the brutal wind. Whether wind was at play or not, I came across these 3 miles in a total time of 15:36, which is a time I can be happy about under any circumstances. Between the last 3 fast miles and my next 2 fast ones, I only gave myself a half mile of jogging recovery, which I ran at about 8 minutes per mile against the wind, giving myself about 4 minutes in total. I used this time to consume another gel pack to get the fuel I needed to close out this workout strong. Upon the next fast bit, I opened up the first mile with a 4:57 and followed it up with a 5:03, fighting against the wind in the last quarter mile. Wind or not, 10 minutes for 2 miles is an impressive feat, and for doing 13.5 miles prior to it, I'm not too mad about not breaking 10 at this point in the run. With the motivation of being done in my mind, I took the next half mile a bit faster here because I only had a single hard mile to go after this bit of rest. I ran the next half mile at a 7-minute pace, giving myself about 3.5 minutes of rest, before closing out the last fast mile and the 17th mile of the day at an absolutely brutal 4:58. The journey wasn't over yet, and while the toughest part was done, I still had 3 miles of cooling down to go to get 20 miles for the day. Being absolutely spent, I slowed myself down to a 7-minute mile pace and closed out the last bit of this run in just over 21 minutes. All in all, this was a tough run both physically and mentally, but it's days like these that we grow the most. It's through our struggles that we triumph forward, and man did I struggle at parts of this run.
Well, workout's almost done here. A little less than 19 miles into it at the moment. Mile to go, but gosh dang, that was a tough one. It's a good workout though, and workouts like these are ultimately what make you better. I'm gonna nap so well when I'm back to my place. This workout kicked my butt. Oh man, oh man. I'm glad it's almost over though. Oh man, what a day, what a morning, what an adventure. I'm glad to be on this journey here. Enjoy every moment of it, even the hard ones like this.
Oh boy, that's a spicy run. Oh man. Well, we're back in Washington. The next thing for me today is to shower, eat, and take a good nap. So I'm gonna go do that. But appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.